Welcome back, Archival Session. I don't even know what number because I did take a little break. I took like a week and a half off, but we are back with the movie Eternity. And I'm glad this movie is the one I'm coming back to because this movie was like really good holiday movie. If you and your partner or even older folks, anyone, this is a good middle class adult film that it really worked. I'm gonna read the log line. In an afterlife where souls have 1 week to decide where to spend eternity, Joan is faced with an impossible choice between the man she spent her entire life with and her first love, who died young and has waited decades for her to arrive. So from the trailer, and if you didn't see it, but the trailer really sets out, when we die, we have a chance to spend eternity anywhere. And this woman, Elizabeth Olsen's character, has the choice between her husband she spent, 65 years with, or her husband who died in the war. And immediately this movie's like, okay, this is a high concept. And going in, I thought it'd be a little more sappy, but actually this movie had a lot of fun with its premise. I thought that was really cool to show, like, before you go to eternity, the stop off point's like a hotel and there's like a convention of all the eternities that exist. And they're like, hey, all trying to sell to you, like, hey, be in Studio 54 eternity where like you can do coke. Or you can go to capitalism eternity where competition is every day. This movie had a lot of fun with its premise, and especially you're dealing with death, right? You're like, the afterlife, what does that look like? And this movie's a fun way to imagine it, of what it looks like we actually do get a choice of where we get to spend eternity. And they even had the eternity, like, hey, classic pearly gates eternity. You want to go there? That exists. Whatever you want, they got it. You want to go to space for eternity? That's what you can get. But with this high concept, now it's like, okay, you got to have actors and characters that really work. And having Elizabeth Olsen's character have this question of what she should do, that's a good conflict to have. And I think it's a good way to peek into the romance of, a young love of, they got married, he went off to war and died. Never got to see where that went, but then a love where that lasts 65 years and you have children, you have grandchildren, and you had a whole life. So the premise, the concept is all there. Now it's up to the actors and the direction of the film, what this movie could be, and this movie knocked it out the park. It was fun. I gotta, especially Divine Joy Randolph and John Early, fans of both of them, and they were amazing. They were really funny at, like, really funny at having the chemistry with all of the actors, especially Elizabeth Olsen, Miles Teller, and what's that guy's name? Colin Turner. They all had really good energy with them, and it felt like they were having fun on set, and everyone felt in this movie. I can't say enough. I think this is probably one of the better casted films of 2025. If I was to categorize, I would say that this movie is one of the best casts. No notes. Like, no one was dragging the film down. No one was half stepping or just not really fully in this world, but everyone was fully in. Like, there's a great scene where Elizabeth Olsen and Miles Turner, because they were old when they died, and like she's having a panic attack. He's like, come on, just do some squats with me. And they start squatting, start doing lunges, because they're like, wait, we were old. Now when you die, you get the happiest you were in your life. That's the age you will be when you go to eternity. And I'm like, this is a good concept. I was saying the movie was having a lot of fun with itself and indulging in the world, and that was really good to see. And of course, we have to watch Miles Turner and Callum Turner, Miles Teller, my bad, and Callum Turner. They have to fight for this relationship and fight for who will Elizabeth Olsen, go to eternity with. And my thing at first, I was kind of like, we don't like. I knew they were gonna do this wrinkle of like she has to choose no one. Come on, like give her some agency. Like, hey, I choose no one. I spent my life with you. Never got to have a life with the war hero. Let's move on with my life. But no, she still did love both of them. So she did. It was a really impossible decision, and the movie really accentuated that because it made me think of my own relationship and like with my fiance. I would choose eternity with her, and I think the movie did a good job of showing why she chose the way she chose, because love isn't, just like this one big feeling. It's millions of things that go with it, even the bickering, even the complaining that your partner does. You'll miss it. And when she chooses the war guy where they had a great ongoing joke about like he wasn't even in World War II. Miles tells like he was in Korea. Like, come on, is that even a big war? I was like, that's funny. And you would think like, oh, we never got our chance. This is our chance. But that was like a short glimpse in their life. So it's like, yeah, she was happy, but it was, you were happy for a moment while you were happy with Miles Teller for a lifetime. So yeah, I think this movie did really good of proving itself to the concept. Like, okay, like who is she gonna choose and why? And the movie answered that. I think it really did a good job, especially with the concept of when you choose your eternity, you have this archives place. Shout out to Archival.Sessions. I should have got a sponsor. I did not, but we will soon. But she keeps going to the archives when she chooses her life with Colin Turner, and just seeing her life, like raising children, them two. And the movie starts perfect too. It's an old couple. He's driving slow, and they're just talking about gender reveal parties. He's like, everyone gotta have a party. Everyone gotta have a party. And she's like, oh, it's sweet. And it's just like a cute little old couple who, especially when you learn imagine having like a forever scene partner. Like your life is the scene, and you just guys just work it out with each other, and you really can learn someone. And you see that in the car with them too. They have a really good synergy to them. And she's like, oh, you always complain. He's like, let's go to Naples. And she's like, Italy? He's like, Florida. And it's like, yeah, they're really American. This movie's American too. It's really American. But yeah, I really enjoyed this, and I'm really glad we got to see Divine Joy Randolph and John Early. 'Cause I think they're both, especially John Early, because he's in one of my favorite skits in I Think You Should Leave. And from then I was always like, this guy's really funny and should be in more stuff. Hopefully this opens that door. Even Divine Joy Randolph, like, when's she going to get her leading role? We need her in a leading role. Like, she can do it. It would be amazing. It'll be fun. Yeah, so great movie, great cast, great concept, good conflict, and a decent ending. Also, this movie, I kind of didn't like the ending because it was like, where would they spend eternity? In suburbia? That is the whitest answer you can think of. Like, where does an old white couple want to spend the rest of where they want to spend eternity? They're like, in suburbia. I said, do they have black neighbors? Like, what is this? I thought that was kind of like, yeah, it's kind of a boring answer, but also that is the answer an old white couple would choose. And that made me think, what would be my eternity? I was telling my fiance, I have to be in a place where I get, city vibes, but there's also like a beach nearby or something. So I don't know. But something definitely like a Vancouver, where it's like there's a city, the mountains right there. There is a beach, the water. I mean, it's cold, but it's beach-like, but also still a city. I think that would be cool. And also in eternity, can I watch movies? I thought that, like, could they listen to music, or there's no music? Like, I imagine like you can't put your headphones on. Just like it's like, dying. You can't enjoy this world anymore, but you get to spend eternity in this whatever world you decide. So actually, anyone who does go in a world where there's music, at least you can still listen to music sometimes. But is it the same songs playing? So then those songs become really bad because it is eternity. Yeah, I don't know. But definitely, this is a really good date night movie. Like, I could imagine, like, especially Thanksgiving now, you're older. There's some people who have Thanksgivings, it's like, it's just all adults and there's no kids. Like, I think this is a good movie to go see in the theaters. And it's like, wow, like, it makes you think about your life, it makes you think about your partner, the people you cherish. I think anytime a movie can do that, that is a good holiday film. And this movie checks the box on great holiday film. So yeah, I highly recommend this. Had a lot of fun, and shout out to Divine Joy Randolph and John Early, because those two deserve it. And thanks, y'all. Have a good one.